Friends, today we are going to discuss how many types we can apply paint to a surface. So the types of painting methods, you can say it is called the type of painting methods. So painting can be done in the three way. That is, one is painting by brush and painting using air spray painting machine and painting using airless spray painting machine. So these are the three methods by which we can do painting on a surface. One by brush, one by air spray machine, and another one is painting using airless spray machine, airless spray painting machine. So by brush, there are different type of simply by mechanically by different type of brushes are used. Normally we prefer the ruler type. Other painting brushes are also different sizes and different shapes are depicted here. You can use any of the brush for painting. Next one is spray paint application for pipes and equipment. So spray painting is the best method. Spray painting is the best method of painting on larger surfaces and give even film thickness without any brush mark. When you are doing the painting with brush, there can be a brush marks will be there in the surface. But when you are doing painting with spray system, it will be uniform and there will not be any brush marks. Then air spray system for painting uses air compressor. We are using for spray system. There we are using air compressor and oil water separator. In the system there will be oil water separator will be there and spray gun to break the paint into fine mist, where air will be used to break the paint into fine mist and apply. And airless spray system spray system means the airless spray is the painting technique which simplifies the process of painting. This is achieved by using an airless sprayer that pump the paint. Here we are using air system, air painting air to break the paint into fine mist, and here in the airless, here we are using a pump with high pressure that will develop a high pressure uh, around that 3000 psi and via a specialized hose into a small hole in the nozzle of the sprayer. So there high pressure with the create a high pressure and a specialized hose there the and through a nozzle, when we pass through the nozzle the paint will break into fine mist. It is airless. Yeah, there will be no air. We are not going to go any air. We are going to use only pressure. You see the drawing, the pictures. Here you see this is airless. You see this is the pump. This is the electric motor pump. Here we are pouring the pump paint to the can, and there is a pump inside that will develop a high pressure, and when it passes through this specialized nozzle, the oil the paint will break and make a mist on the surface and the painting will be done like this. And here in the with air spray system, you see here you are using a compressor. From the compressor, air will come to a can. You see this is the can where paint is there. It will create a high pressure inside the can, and the air and the after pressurization, the air along with the paint will go to the spray nozzles and then it will spray on the and paint will mist when it pass through the nozzle and it will apply on the surface. So here we are using air and paint mixture. Here we are using high pressure to on the paint and it apply it. So when passing through the nozzle, it will spray the paint will become mist and applied on the surface. The airless spray application shall be in accordance with the following procedure, that an air compressor or electric motor we can use that will generate pressure how much? Now 1000 to 6000 psi, 1000 to 6000 psi. A single paint stream is divided into separate streams. A single paint will divide it into separate stream inside the nozzle. Automation of the paint without using any automation of paint take place, or mist automation of paint and mist of the paint will take place without using any air. More rapid coverage and less overspray. Less overspray. Overspray will not be there, and rapid coverage because high pressure, so rapid coverage will be there, and it is a faster process, cleaner, cleaning process, more cleaner process, and more economical and easier to use than conventional air spray. Conventional air spray, it is more easier than conventional air spray. Inbuilt agitator is also there, that keep the paint uniformly mixed during the spraying, and inbuilt strainer is also there, and there is thinner is not required because at high pressure there is no need of any thinner or very little thinner. Now the difference between the air spray painting system and airless spray painting system. Air and airless painting system differs primarily in the automation, mist to generate mist automation. Air system use compressed air to break up the paint to make it automation, while airless system use hydraulic pressure. We are creating hydraulic pressure on the paint, and that will create the automation of the paint when we pass through the nozzles. The key factor include then advantages of air spray air painting system and airless painting system. Advantage is it is called the greater control. With air you can have the greater control over the spray pattern, and coating thickness. Coating thickness also you can maintain very well when you are using air painting system, and higher transfer efficiency resulting in less material waste. Here material waste will be less. Or here exceptionally speed, because high pressure is there, so speed will be very high. So coverage efficiency will be very, much more, and can spray unthin condition because it is low pressure. Here it is high pressure, so there is no need of any thinner. Very little thinner is required, and dries paint deeply in and is using high pressure, so the paint can go deeply inside the groove and texture for robust application. So it is the painting will go very if there is any crack or spine or cracks or many deep pitting etc. They are using high pressure, so it can penetrate and go inside. That is very advantages of airless painting system. Coverage will be more high pressure. And it disadvantage is air painting system disadvantage is slower application speed, because the air we cannot generate high pressure of air, so speed is less, and require paint thinning device because as pressure is less, so thinner is required. So structural integrity will affect. Or here high operating pressure causes substantial waste. If you are using high pressure airless painting system, then the wasting will be more, because as it is paint is coming out with high pressure, automation will take high pressure, so there will be chances of wastage will be more, and safety hazard because it is high pressure, so it is safety hazards is there. Then now the how to clean the surface, how to clean the steel section. So before doing any painting, you have to very important. Otherwise, painting will not at all be successful. So you have to clean the steel section where you are going to use the painting. So dust, there should not be any dust, any dirt, any dust, any debris, any liquid, and other substances that can cause damage to the steel surfaces. So before cleaning, we have to remove all these things from the surface of the steel, from the tubular steel section. And if you are not cleaning properly, your painting, you can say it will be wastage of your paint, or painting will not last much more. So cleaning is very important for any painting activity. it is best thoroughly clean all parts of the steel section that will be painted to prevent any substances affecting the primer paint during this process. So when you are using a primer, so painting should cleaning should be perfect. There should not be any dirt, any dust, any debris, any liquid. Nothing should be there adhere to the surface. Surface will be perfectly clean. Then only you can apply the primer. Then coat of the primer, still paint strictly when you are cleaning is perfect, then your paint stick properly to the surface. Either any rust is there, any or any debris is there, then paint will not will stick to the metal surface. When nothing is there, then paint will stick properly to the surfaces. Then galvanized primer to be used. I have told you why the galvanized primer, because in periodical we put table, if you see the zinc are above the iron, so zinc will melt fast. It will not allow iron to melt, iron to rust. So galvanized primer is very effective, and for latex and epoxy paint, we can use the brush for particularly. There we cannot use the air or spray system, particularly for epoxy paint or latex paint. So there we have to use the brushes. And then we have to, when the painting primer application is over, you have to wait for dry it up. Then preparation of the paint. When the primer application is over, then you have to prepare for the paint. Paint, you have, when you are going, before going to use the paint, you have to mix the paint to that you are going to use on the steel section properly, and proper thinner, proper pigments, everything to be made to get the proper shade, and mixing is must for when we are applying paint to a surface. The continuous stirring of the paint is important. Make sure the paint properly mixed before you begin applying on it on steel. Apply the paint on steel. When you apply the paint on the steel, once the primer is dried up, then let the paint dry and number of hours to see the, and then you apply the paint on the surface above the primer. Painting, there should be painting workflow also. When you are doing the painting, you should maintain the painting workflow. First, you have to ensure the before starting the painting, ensure all the tests are performed on the piping system before starting the painting work. One is cleaning. Cleaning should be perfect. Remove all oil, grease, dirt, debris, etc., dust, debris, etc. Ensure proper room temperature is very important. Humidity level is very important. If room temperature is not there, humidity is there, then your painting will not be. You avoid painting on the particular day. When it is sunny, particular humidity is within the limit, temperature within the limit, then only you do the painting. Hand tool is always you have to keep ready, keep ready to do the removing of the dust, etc. The hand tools are very important, because once you do cleaning is over, you have to apply the paint within 4 hours after the surface cleaning preparation is over. So within 4 hours you have to apply the paint, otherwise rusting will take place. Apply, then after on the paint primary application is over, then you wait for it dry it up, then you again apply the paint as per the instruction of the manufacturer. Ensure proper room temperature, that is very important. When the environmental humidity affect the quality of the cleaning and painting of the metal surfaces. So blast cleaning, so proper cleaning temperature is very important. Before that, you have to clean contaminated surface to be cleaned, and humidity should not exceed 85%. That's why we are trying to avoid do any painting work during monsoon season. At that time, humidity remain more than 85%. So painting should be start when your humidity is below 85%. Then temperature is above the dew point of 3 degree above the dew point. Then you can do the painting. And humidifier in between, you have to use the dehumidifier so that the relative humidity remain within the limit, and then remain within the limit, 60%, less than the 60%, and air temperature should be how much? Now 25 to 40 degree centigrade, 25 to 40 degree centigrade, and dehumidifier shall be based on at least two air charges per hour to the of the enclosure. So the dehumidifier, if humidifier is there, you have to use the dehumidifier temperature you have to maintain 25 to 40 degrees centigrade, humidity and temperature that should be above 3 degree above the dew point, and you should not do any painting when the your relative humidity is above 85%. Amplitude and surface profile. Then the when we are cleaning the surface, there should be between peaks and troughs is there. Significant. Then your peaks are very high, then higher paint consumption will be high, because if peak is very high, roughness, soft roughness will be there. Your roughness is there, the peak is very high, soft roughness peak is very high, then painting consumption will also be high, otherwise it will not be uniform. Then so you have to do the grid blasting, have a profile that lies between 50 to 70 microns, and short blasting blast for 30 to 50 micron. To achieve 30 to 50 micron, you are going to do the short blasting, and 50 to 75 micron, we are doing the grid blasting. Profile in there should not be the profile which excess the peak 100 micron. It should be avoided. Otherwise, your paint consumption will be more, because if the peak is 100 micron, you are going to use your DFT 125 micron. That means painting will be above the surface only 25 microns, but that should not be sufficient. So that's why peak and trough, the gap, it should be less. Above 25 micron, should then you have to apply more paint, because more paint naturally. Degreasing before short blasting, to be the surface that is to be blasted, cleaned, and subsequently painted must be thoroughly degreased first and clean before short blasting. Before short blasting, you have to degrease. If oil is there, you have to remove the oil. You have to remove the grease. Then only you can go for short blasting. You can go for. Otherwise, it will be contaminated with the dust. Will be contaminated with the dust. And then there are two type of surface cleaning you can done. That one is called short blasting, and that called grid blasting. Short blasting, we are using metal parts, that is, and that will can make the surface between 30 to 50 micron. And grid blasting, we are using sand, and now grid blasting is banned in India, as it is using silica. Sand means silica, so grid blasting is now totally grid blasting, sand blasting, it is banned now in India and other countries also. So you have to go for short blasting. They are using metal parts to clean the surface of the steel. You see, there is one property you have here by which you can check the adherence of the adherence of the painting with the surface. That is called flaking. That is called flaking. Flaking means how your paint is adhered to your surface. If the painting is coming out, some chips of the flakes are coming out, that means painting is not perfect. If the painting system flaked can mean a paint defects, where the coating peels off. Painting coating is peels off in scales, like a scales. So there are ratings. There are 4-5 ratings are there. In the 5B is a very good ratings, that is 0%. At the edge also there should not be AUC. There should not be any flakes. You see this clean, any flakes. 4B, it is less than 5%. 4B is less than, that's, you see this little flake is coming out. Little flake is coming less than 5%. Then 6 to 15%, it is called 3B. Small flakes of coating detach along the edges at an intersection. You can see you see these are the section where flakes are coming out. Then 36 to 65, it is called 1B, and 0B is called greater than 65%. Then it is very defective because lot of flakes are coming out. That is the not acceptable. So you have to do, after doing the painting, you have to do the flaking test. Flaking test, your surface is this one. If your grade is 5B, very excellent, and if it is 0B, then it is not good painting. So friends, I think I have covered all the points, different types of application of paint, the surface preparations, and if you go through these slides, your concept will be clear. And if you like it, you please give a tick mark and subscribe this channel, and I request you to forward this channel to your friends who are studying in the final year of mechanical discipline or painting technology, or graduate engineer trainee or engineers, experienced engineer. They will certainly be benefited. And if you are facing any interview, this type of these topics, this section, this topic will help you to reply any type of question asked to you. Thank you very much.